Hello, this is Nick Glöckner on Plek. Next to me is Mike.
Yeah, hi.
Mike Hembry.
My name's Mike. Yeah, Mike Hembry. I do communications and web development here at Plek. And over on my left is Michael.
Yeah, hi, I'm Michael, CEO of Plek. Welcome to the 2021 Namm show, Plek online webinar. No, that's not a webinar. What is it?
I guess it's a kind of a video roundup. We wanted to show you a little bit of what's happening in the world as far as developments, Plek developments is concerned. We've got some videos from friends of ours, some interviews, and yeah, some factory tours, that kind of thing. So it's going to be about, I think, 3/4 of an hour, something like that. So yeah, we hope you enjoy it. Yeah. Nick, what do you do at Plek?
I'm the support guy. So if anything happens, if the machine doesn't work, I get the call, and me and Gerd, we're the main support, Gerd Anke, and we fix any problems, or try to.
Yeah, Nick is our global support guru. He's a very modest guy.
Guru. So let's show the first video. First video is coming all the way from LA, Hunting the Beach, probably one of the best repair shops in LA. Hugh Thompson.
Hugh Thomas, yeah.
Thomas, right?
Thomas.
Hugh Thomas, not Thompson. Hugh Thomas.
Yeah.
13th Street Guitars.
Hi, I'm Hugh Thomas, and this is my shop, 13th Street Guitars. Let me give you a look around the place.
Street Guitars. Great.
Yeah, short and sweet.
Yeah, I actually in the video it wasn't really shown very well. What I like especially, he has created a for the wiring. He has created a sort of like a pipe coming up from the machine up to the ceiling, and that makes it look a little bit like a stove. So it's like a stovepipe. It's very funny, but a smart idea actually.
Yeah, yeah, and big thanks to Hugh as well for producing that video at short notice. Yeah, so hi to everybody at Huntington Beach, and yeah, okay, yeah, great stuff.
Yeah, Hugh also makes his own instruments, clockwork guitars. You saw I think the grey guitar in the case at the end of the video. That's one of his own own brands. They're very nice guitars. So I think, yeah, you should check those out maybe.
And I did very much like the one with the blue fingerboard.
Yeah. Hugh also does they have a great Instagram feed and lots of guitar players in front of the Plek machine. So yeah, he really likes to show his happy customers to the world. So that's great.
So what's next? I think
next is Weston Guitars, or Ian Weston from Canada. Ian is also one of our main support guys in North America. Yeah, we're very lucky that he's helping us out. Super smart guy and very talented repair person. Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see. Let's present.
Good morning, everybody. This is Ian Weston from Weston Instruments, a guitar repair shop in Ottawa, Canada, and we're kind of right in the middle of this whole COVID-19 thing, which means that I have time to offer you a shop tour, something that I've been meaning to do for a while, but I actually have the time to do it now. So, this is what you see when you come into Weston Instruments. So we specialize in, well, all sorts of guitar repair, really. Guitar repair, modification, customization, improvements, changes, paint, whatever it is. We pretty much do it all over here. And this is your view when you walk into the shop. Here is the climate-controlled vault where all the guitars are stored and in climate control, because Canada can be a bit of a dick and dry everything out and break it. So let's start with the beginning counter. Everything starts over here. We work with ShopFlow, which is a shop management software developed by Glazer Instruments in Nashville. And this is where we, we keep track of all the things that we have to do, because we do have quite a bit of customers, and keeping track of all that does necessitate the heavy lifting of technology. What do we have in this corner? Well, this is the downdraft table, and when you're sanding, polishing, whatever, making dust, all the dust goes into the table and gets stuck in the filters. And as soon as I saw this thing, I knew I had to have one, and I almost replaced my blood with it. It is awesome. A little lathe, because you don't know you need a lathe until you have a lathe and then realize that you can't live without a lathe. Here we have this big obvious machine in the middle of the shop. Those of you that are local to us know that this is the Plek machine, which I affectionately name Christopher. So the Plek machine is, well, it's my first employee is what it was. It's a machine for leveling fingerboards, leveling frets, slotting fingerboards, cutting for inlay, machining nuts, machining nut shelves, slotting bridges, locating bridge pin holes, and we can hold a tolerance that is pretty darn close to 2/10,000ths of an inch. To put that into perspective, this is a Fender Nocaster, and it's got 10 to 46 strings on it. So this high E string is 1/100th of an inch, or 10 1/1000ths. The tolerance of this machine will bring everything within 1/50th the diameter of this string. That's the level of precision that we like to deal with. And so guitars go in there, strung up to pitch, so that we can take measurements. I'm actually gonna let her rip here and run a measurement. So it starts with this, with measuring. So that sensor finger runs up and down the guitar, measuring everything, determining the scale length, determining the position of the strings, determining the position of the frets, and a measurement like this will take about 3 minutes. Ends up in an amount of data which represents about 20,000 points of measurement, which is then compiled into a graphic rendition that we can understand. The tool heads are, well, that's the sensor finger poking around looking for the strings right now. Up at the top, that's the high frequency spindle. That is for doing the actual wood machining and bone machining. So when we're not working on metal, it's the high frequency spindle that's doing the work. Down here is the fret cutter. So that's a fret cutter, it's carbide, and that's the one that actually machines the frets. So it'll level and crown the frets at the same time. With this thing, we've got control over everything. Control over the radius of the fingerboard, the amount of relief under each string, the amount of fall off under each string. You know, if you want something with a double compound radius, compound fret height, you name it, we can machine it with this device. And well, oh, here we go. Here's the mill. A very useful tool. Again, like the lathe, you don't know you need a mill until you've got a mill, and then you wonder how you ever got by without a mill. I use this for machining hardware, machining wood parts, machining tools. If you need to make some custom tooling, super useful device. Drill press, an apparatus for drilling and pressing. Self-explanatory, drill press. Here's kind of our bread and butter kind of work. This is just an ovation that needed a bridge reset. This had the typical bridge crazy glued to the finish, which doesn't work, never worked, never will work. And so that needed fixing. And more kind of run-of-the-mill stuff we deal with. This is a Laravel, Namm 3, and well, the bridge is split, the top is split, and the neck angle is too shallow. So this puppy is going to be taken apart, bridge off, neck reset, bridge replacement. I got a replacement from Laravel themselves, so we'll have the appropriate bridge for this little puppy and make it a guitar instead of a guitar-shaped object. This is my bench. This is kind of command central where everything happens, phone calls, emails, work. And here is the spray booth. So big honkin' spray booth for passion project up there, a double bound telly. And well, here's a kind of our common job. This is a maple board Fender Stratocaster. It needs a refret, and in refretting maple boards we often have to refinish them if they're from after 1983 and we can't push the frets out sideways. So I do the finishing first and then I do the fret work. The reason being, it makes a future refret easier because you're not pulling finish up when you're pulling the frets up, and also if you don't get your color match right, it's a whole lot easier to refinish one fingerboard than 22 different slots. But yeah, this has already been refinished. This is the color match, and I'm just waiting for a new batch of UV cured finish to show up so I can clear coat it, and then I can move on to refretting. Have we missed anything? No, I think that's pretty much it. It's a big small shop. Yeah, there's a lot of fret wire on the wall. But yeah, this is Weston Instruments. It's what it looks like, and this is where I spend most of my life. Thanks for watching.
Wow, what an organized place. Very impressive. Very
Totally.
impressive.
Yeah. By the way, that video is about twice as long, the original video. So you wanted to see more of Ian's particular brand of dry Canadian humor, then you can check out the original video on our YouTube channel. I think it's in the Repair Shops playlist. Yeah, so lots more really interesting stuff on that video. That just took your breath or took your words away, didn't it?
I don't know. I'm thinking how clean that place is, and if I look over to my bench, I'm quite shocked.
Ian,
So,
he said it
I don't
all.
know.
So what else to add? I mean,
Yeah.
he said everything.
I think my favorite
stop
quote
now.
is, my favorite quote is like, he's with his downdraft table, he wants to replace his blood with it. Okay. Yeah. So what else you got for us, Nick?
And we probably change the continent now, do we?
Change continent? Yeah.
Yeah, we're in Europe, and Mediterranean, Italiano. We go to guitar hubs, or guitar hub.
Hi, my name is Federico Cherubin from Sirmione, Italy. I am the owner, guitar builder and tech of Guitar Hub. Let's have together a tour of my workshop.
Big space.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's a relatively new workshop. I remember just by accident I've been in that area. It's on the Garda Lake, a beautiful area, really beautiful. And I was there on holidays, but that was when we were still in negotiations before the machine actually was delivered. So I had the idea to visit him, but the workshop wasn't ready yet. So, but I thought, oh wow, one day I need to come back there and go see him.
That's the funkiest workshop I've ever seen. But it's like he's obviously he's also equipped for like making music. No, I mean like he's also the sales room and the showroom, and he's got drums in there as well, so people can kind of like jam on the guitars and stuff. So.
Yeah, I guess he's teaching. I know he's an educated musician, so he's a guitar player, obviously, and I think he plays some serious stuff.
Yeah, I think it's as the name says, it's a hub for many different musical activities. You know, there's a rehearsal space, and probably you can try out different instruments and get your guitars repaired. It's I think Guitar Hubs, they got their machine, and then I think a week later or so, Italy went into lockdown because of the COVID virus right at the beginning of the year, and they had to be in lockdown for a couple of months. And I think this video was taken straight after that, so it's very very new. Like it was just opened up. After the lockdown.
That was very unfortunate. He opened the shop and then nobody could come in, so that was that's not an easy situation. But yeah, we press thumbs that it will get better soon.
Oh, you press thumbs? Yeah. Like press thumbs is German for crossing your fingers, you know?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, that's a little cultural difference.
Yeah. Okay, what else? What else we got? Next up.
So next, we're going back over to North America to I think Music City, which is Nashville.
Yeah.
To Joe Glazer.
Maybe I could just say before we start, this is we are allowed to use this video with very kind permission from Marty Schwartz, who is very, very active on YouTube. If you don't know Marty, he does like great interviews and also lots of guitar tutorials, things like that. So yeah, big thanks to you, Marty, for this.
What's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music, and I'm honored to be hanging out with Joe Glazer, luthier, repairman, inventor. Thank you for letting us into your workshop. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, this is the shop.
You work with the whole community of music, so I think it's gonna be really cool to show people out there what goes on, behind the scenes here. How do you describe what you do?
This is where I hang out.
Yeah.
I do travel a lot. I do a fair amount of consulting and teaching and stuff, but it all bases out of here. And the day-to-day in here is taking care of the players. Our clientele's not exclusive, but it turns out because we're in this little city of Berry Hill, and because we're in Nashville and everybody goes through Nashville. Nashville's not a country music town, it's a music town.
Yeah.
It's Music City.
That's something, not being from Nashville, something that's been exciting to learn is the diversity in music. Have you always had kind of that engineer's mind, taking things apart?
You take it apart, you never put them back together again. That's what everybody says. I looked at how they did stuff, and there were no tools. There was no nothing. You want tools, you made them. This wasn't that long ago, but you made the tools, you figured out the technique, and the next time you did it differently because of what you learned. And so that's just what I did. I never intended to end up in this business. I did it, and then somebody said, could you do this for me? And on, and then it's just become what we do. Our philosophy is you use whatever provides the best solution. One of the of the things that we have used now for 30 or so years is carbon fiber to repair things that you just really wouldn't think you would use anything but wood for. I can
Okay,
show you a
can you
broken
show me?
neck. Yeah, I'll show you a broken neck that we're doing.
All right, so we're talking about carbon fiber?
Yes, another material that you wouldn't think that you would use on vintage anything.
Right.
But that turns out to be the best choice.
So we have a nice fat headstock that broke off.
We've got a rare old gold Thunderbird bass. Belongs to Tom Peterson. He's the bass player in Cheap Trick.
Oh, yeah.
Got a great collection. This had a terminal break in the headstock, meaning that it broke straight across, and kind of a butt break, which you can't really glue. It wouldn't hold anything. So we glued it back together again and cut down into the wood about 1/16 of an inch and laid in carbon fiber cloth.
Oh, wow.
It's thin, it's soft, it's like what you could make pajamas out of.
Do you use heat?
No. You do have to use ceramic scissors because nothing will cut this. Regular
Okay.
scissors won't cut it. Before carbon fiber was really available in the late 80s, we used fiberglass, and it could tear again. Since we've been doing this, not a single one has ever broken. And then Scott will come back in and paint old-looking gold.
Is he gonna just eyeball?
Yeah,
it to
we'll match
it?
the color, and you will not be able to tell that this base ever broke there.
It's completely smooth across
Yeah.
that. And you glue it?
You glue it. We use a very hard epoxy and locks the carbon fiber into place. The fibers themselves don't stretch at all. So they end up creating this surface like metal, only stronger per weight than metal by a tremendous amount. So it won't bend, won't break, which is why carbon fiber is used in airplanes. But what I like about it is it looks like the very wrong thing to do to a guitar, except it's the only way to save it. And when it gets done, it will not be visible.
I was just gonna ask how much longer before it's completely repaired.
Well, it'll get lacquer on top, and it'll take a few weeks to cure out. The guy that owns it is going to go, where? No, what?
Wow.
But it's kind of the theme of use whatever makes the best job that honors the tradition.
That is so cool. All right, so we've got the Plek machine. You said it's German. It looks fairly German.
Well, this one's pretty old. This one's 12 or 13 years old. The new ones are about a third this size. It's a CNC tool. It's extremely precise. It will do anything that a guitar repair person, builder wants to do in their own style, but very, very accurately, and it will remember that.
It'll fix things?
It'll dress the frets. It'll cut the slots in a nut. It will cut the slots in a fingerboard where you want to put frets in. It will put a slot in an acoustic bridge, do inlay, a whole variety of things. Its forte is dressing frets, planing the fingerboard, and cutting nut slots. So we put a guitar in here. This is a cool, feels like a 56 Strat. This is one of Vince Gill's.
Vince Gill's guitar right here?
And he wants the frets slightly lowered, and he wants additional licks added to the guitar.
Don't we all? Out of all the people out there, I don't think he needs them.
You know, a guitar sitting like this and sitting like this are very different because of the weight of the neck. But sitting like this and this, they are not. So we put it in that way. We just very lightly strap it in so it's just really sitting of its own weight, and then close it and run a quick scan on it. So it's scanning now, and what it's looking at is the shape of the fingerboard, the neck. It's looking at how high the strings are, where they are on the neck, and then how high the frets are in each place along the neck. And the idea is that frets, they need to be extremely accurate in their height. Even though it's not really a straight line, an ideal neck should not be straight. It has a fret plane. We call that the fret plane, the group of frets. That needs to be a very precise geometric shape. Interestingly enough, one thing we've learned from studying people's favorite guitars is that the higher the action, not everybody plays super low, because if you want to really be able to dig in or you want a lot of dynamics, you have to play pretty high. Most of my customers play pretty high. The higher the action, the more relief or curve you want in the fingerboard. So all that's built into this.
So, for instance, let's say like Eric Clapton. He has this certain setup that he likes on a Strat. Could he send you like a new Strat and say, open up the Clapton settings and dial it in the way I like it?
In fact, what we're going to do on this guitar is Vince has this 58 Strat. It was Dwayne Eddy's guitar.
Yes.
It's the guitar. Not because it was Dwayne's, it just happens to be, but it is the best guitar, and he loves the way that one's set up. And so we're going to take these frets down a little bit to be exactly like that other one, which we have on file here. And so we know not kind of how we remember it, but exactly how it was. But I'll just show you really quickly. That's sort of what the Plek shows. That's a blow up of this. This is what you see if you look down on the edge of a guitar. Because you're wanting to see incredible detail, we blow them up, and this is what a fret looks like. This is a fret right there. And what we're really looking at is the surface. The red line is where the frets really are, and the green line is where it should be for his action, his string gauge, the way he wants to play. And so what we're going to do is lower him down a little bit. And so this is basically kind of a video game like way to approach it, except that you can decide every single bit of what you want to do on this guitar compared to another guitar, or if he grips really hard and we want to lower the frets up in the first position where he's gripping, because not that he does, but if somebody does and they're pulling themselves out of tune, you can just take this whole thing and lower the area you want. You can put a bending dress so that you can take a fender neck with a lot of radius and flatten it out up the neck. So you can really impose what you, as an experienced luthier, want, and then remember it forever. Not bad.
Not bad. We like having that technology.
And then it does it really, really accurately. Before I got one of these, I made fun of it. I said, not in a million years. Call me back in the year 1,000,000, you know. And people who don't have it tend to be afraid of it. They go, well, doesn't have the art.
You put acoustics in here?
Acoustics, 7-string basses, ukulele, mandolin.
Violins or fiddles or no?
You know, that might not be out of the question because...
They don't have frets.
But the fingerboard is like if they had infinite number of frets.
Is there a kind of standard for the neck?
Fender supposedly makes 7.5-inch radius, but because they're they make this thing and then they're sanding on it, and some guy's thinking about lunchtime, and pretty soon he's changed the radius. And so there's no standard.
You were doing most of your job before you had one.
Oh yeah, by hand. Thousands and thousands of fret dresses. And we've been treated really well, like, oh, you guys do such great fret work. And then I saw what we really did, and the things that bugged me, the little things that still bugged me, were clear as day. It was humbling for me.
Well, Joe, thanks so much for showing this awesome machine.
Thank you for being
it's
interested.
such a cool thing.
Oh, impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe's a legend, of course, and repair legend in Nashville and in the States generally.
Yeah, for those who don't know, I mean, most people probably know Joe Glazer, but he was our first customer in the United States in 2001. And so he became our partner, and he's a trainer consultant. That did tremendously help us establishing Plek technology worldwide, actually, not only in the US, but the US is where it actually started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he gave away a trade secret there. We should...
Yeah, what's that?
We should... that the machine can add licks to instruments.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, this is a rumor that's been going around on the internet for a couple of weeks now, and yeah, it's a new feature, and
that ad licks feature. Yeah.
The ad licks feature. It can record the last 30 days of playing, and transfer it to tablature, and you can transfer it to another guitar as well.
And this video, I mean, the cuts. That was so interesting to see. That's so different from it just homemade, like selfie video. So that was so professional.
Yeah. This also, I've got to say, this video, the full length is about half an hour.
Oh, yeah.
You can also check it out in our playlists. That's from Marty Schwartz, and they talk a lot about what Joe did before becoming a professional guitar repair guy, and his musical career, and lots of really interesting stuff. So this was just a kind of like edited section.
Sure, let's go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're staying in the States, going to San Francisco.
Hello everybody, Jeff Luttrell here, owner of San Francisco Guitar Works, proud Plek station shop since 2012. I'd like to show you around our showroom, our workshop, and the Plek room. Come on. So this is our showroom. We don't use it much because of COVID, so most people are outside these days, but I'm sure you all are understanding of that. Here is our main workroom. This is where we have our guitar storage, our workbenches. This is my bench here. Got some mayonnaise thing on it with some wood repair. Ross is over working on a Guild Skylark, which is pretty cool. Look at that, look at that. Don't put your eye out. In here we will find, this is our woodworking room, and I've got Seth here working on a vintage Gibson, and we've got our Plek, which once again earned the title Employee of the Month for the 36th month running. So we really do appreciate all the work that you guys do at Plek to help us achieve the kind of quality that our customers have come to expect. So looking forward to seeing you in person at next year's Namm.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing you in person at next year's Namm. So let's see when that will happen. Hopefully soon.
Yeah. Press your thumbs for that. Yeah.
Cross fingers.
Yeah. Big thanks to Jeff and everybody at San Francisco Guitar Works for sending us that video at really short notice, and that's great. That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff also was one of the skeptical guys before he had a machine. I still remember when he showed up at the Namm booth, Joe sort of warned him, Jeff, if you don't go now, you will end up getting a Plek machine.
So he stuck around. He stayed there.
Yeah, it's good. He's a good addition to the Plek community, I think.
Yeah, great.
So, what else?
TJ Thompson.
Hey Jason, it's me TJ coming to you live on videotape, still alive. I thought I would put together that video tour that you requested, virtual tour of my shop. All right, so I'm gonna flip this around and show you my workshop. So here we are about to enter, and what's this? Oh, Corona-free place. Here we go. And I gotta tell you in advance, full disclosure, I didn't change anything. This is exactly how it was before I started this video, and didn't move anything. Hold on, I gotta take off these glasses, these 80s glasses. Sorry about those. I couldn't find the glasses that I bought in the 90s. There we go. Okay, so here we are in the back of the shop, and we'll just start here and walk around. This is, I sort of think of it as the machine room area, and I used to have all of this heavy equipment in this little space. This little cubby here was designed as a machine room, and you can see I had these pieces of equipment in there, this milling machine, and this is a smaller milling machine. Then the next room on the right is the stuff my nightmares are made of. We should probably end the tour with this, but it happens to be on the beginning of the tour. This is kind of a separately alarmed vault where okay, I'm a little behind, where some repairs are kept that are in various stages of progress. So yeah, kind of a pile of stuff there. I'm a little behind, as I mentioned. Then we come into the main part of the workshop. This is kind of command central, where bridges come off, necks come off, frets go in, that sort of thing. This is Mike Ruckel's work area. He's not here today, so I use his bench all the time when he's not here. This is a C2 from 1930, or C3 maybe, from 1936, I think, that I put a new top on and just got a new bridge, which is I hide glued on last night, so I'll take those clamps off soon. Here we have some guitars on the wall. That's a Kalamazoo. That's a 1930 0028. That's a 1932 018. That's a 1928 0045. That's a 1928 0028 that somebody painted in the 50s. That's a little guitar I made for my son that he took to college, and I'm doing a little work on it now. This is 0018 from 1937 that was split completely in half. And now, I don't know, you can't really see that because the sun's shining in the windows, but now it's halfway back together. Lyle, if you happen to see this, it's coming along just fine. Here is, what is over here? Oh, that's a OM45 that I made years ago that's in for some fretwork. This is a guitar that I have thanks to Mark Stetman. He said it was the nicest L ode that he's ever seen, so that's good enough for me. It's remarkable. Look at that thing. It looks like it just came out of the box. This is a D28 from 1934. It's the third 14 fret D28. Bending station, which I bent a lot of sides on this baby because when I took over the Schoenberg project, the poor Martin guys were still bending completely by hand at that time, and the attrition rate for the Brazilian rosewood sides was atrocious. They broke so many Brazilian sides that we just couldn't do it anymore. So I had to start bending them myself. So I bent hundreds and hundreds of sides in that little guy. Bandsaws everywhere. They're just all over the place. This is a bandsaw. This is a resaw. Bandsaw resaw with 3-inch blade. This, another bandsaw that I use. This is a random OM28 from 1930 hanging on the side of my Plek machine, which I use, I don't know, just about every day. I had a guy come in today with 3 basses, so this thing got a workout, man, on those 3 basses. They needed a lot of work. Okay, so that's the basic Shaky shop tour. You said Shaky was okay. iPhone Shaky, so there you go.
Yeah. We got to say at that point, that is very kindly given to us both by T.J. Thompson and by Fretboard Journal. It was originally, maybe you caught it at the beginning, it was addressed to Jason, who is Jason of Fretboard Journal, the editor of Fretboard Journal. And the entire thing is about half an hour. And TJ shows us like everything, every bit of equipment in that shop. And it's a huge shop as well. It's a huge workshop. And TJ is just like a legend, I think, especially in the Martin community. I mean, all those guitars were Martin guitars. And,
I mean,
yeah.
Isn't that a treasure room, a treasure chamber?
Yeah.
I mean, all those 1930 something guitars, that's unbelievable. It's impressive, really. Wow.
Yeah.
But sure, I mean, he is the Martin expert, and definitely, yeah.
He's also active on Facebook. There's the Vintage Martin guitar community, where TJ, I think, is also very, very active. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that with us, TJ, and Fretboard Journal.
Yeah. Also, Fretboard Journal is also great journal, and check out their website. They have some wonderful stuff there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So now I think we're going to come to another crazy factory tour. No, some little Berlin firm. I think that just some backyard startup. I think.
Let's see. Okay. Hi, I'm Nick from Plek. I do the support here and also research and development. Let me show you around the shop, and let me show you around Plek. Give you a small factory tour, show you who works here and how things are done. Enjoy. Main entrance back. Ring the doorbell, see what happens. Yo. First thing we'll see is the Plek basic machine. Now this is the predecessor model of all the Plek Pro and Plek stations. There's about 5 of these machines still out in the world functioning. So we have it on display here. Coming to the left. Ah, we see there. Anne. Hello, Anne.
Hello.
This is Anne. She is in charge of accounting and office management and also service, Plek service. Very important person. And then to the left. Right. Gavin. Hello. Gavin from Scotland. And in charge of US accounting. And sitting here is Michael, our CEO. Say hi, Michael.
Hi.
And all the way to the left, in the corner here, we've got Mike. Say hello, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hello. Mike does the programming for the databases, and he does also marketing for us. This is the office. So let's go on into this room. You will see Dieter.
Hey.
Dieter is our Betriebsleiter and a very fine bass player, as you can see in the corner. And we have Jens. Hello, Jens. Jens is the computer guy. Anything computer, IT, network. It's Jens. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing? Good?
I'm fine, yeah.
Okay. Everything's good. Excellent. And if we look over here. Here is Gerd. Hello, Gerd.
Hi.
So Gerd is, he's the inventor of Plek, and he does support here and research and development. Pretty much everything. This is his workspace. Look at that lovely Woodstock. Gerd.
Hi.
Hi. This is Tina. She does our technical drawings and also research and development. Almon is here for support, R&D, and also is project manager for the scanner. So here we're just getting a delivery for a frame of a station. So this is how it arrives. The workshop where we basically assemble the parts. This is a door waiting to be put on the machine. And here we have Erg. Say hello, Erg.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I work on the Y-axis.
The Y-axis, the Y-axis. We have 2 machines that are going out, I think it's December. So it's working hard. Now we're installing the Y-axis into the machine. Let's do that. This is Frank. Frank does the electronics at Plek, and he's taking this machine to work on the X and Y axis. He takes it to his workspace. Sag mal Hallo, Tiefer. Hello. This is Frank. Frank does all the electronics. Cables, everything. Now we have the HFS spindle mounting on top. And the computer is installed, the brains of the machine. Computer monitor. Here you can see Jens installing all the software for the Plek so it can run. Hi Jens. Hi.
I'm running the first test on the machine with this guitar.
Okay. So what's the first test going to be? Fret cutting or scanning?
Yes. I'm going to do a scan at the first place and then fret cutting.
Okay. Here we're testing the machine, we're on the bass. So when we test the machine, we try to run all possible variations of instruments and functions. So we've done all the testing on the machine, so now I'm just going to install the glass on the side and the back panel, and then pretty much done. And the machine can get packed up and shipped out. That's our place.
Nicely done. Yeah, good job, Nick. Thanks for taking us to the tour. Maybe a bit boring for us, but well, we see that every day.
Yeah, no, I think it's interesting maybe to get a little insight into into how we work and who we are. I think, yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to know and see more, just visit us or visit our website, plek.com. You're welcome.
Or next year's Namm show, come to the booth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, you can actually, of course, you can set up a session with us as well. You can get in touch with us, with our team members, and also if you need to or want to have a chat, set up a private session, please do that. You can check out our virtual booth to do that. Yeah. And next up, I think our final video is from Gibson, no, Nick?
Yeah, it's the Gibson Plek room.
Yeah, we very grateful to Gibson TV for giving us permission to show this. This is also you can find the full video in our playlist, and we saw it. Well, it wasn't so long ago, and it was a very, very pleasant surprise to us that Gibson showed us their Plek room so extensively. So yeah, let's have a look.
Incorporating new technologies will not happen because I think something is cool or JC thinks that something is cool. We launched what we call the Gibson Lab. The Gibson Lab is all about testing innovation. It's also about manufacturing practices.
Gibson started using the Plek machines in the early 2000s. We first started out with 1 or 2 machines, and then we added more. Initially, only certain models above a certain price point had the Plek process. And then we added more machines to where now every single guitar that Gibson makes, whether it's at USA or Custom Shop or Montana, everything goes through the Plek process. So that just ensures we have the most accurate fretboard surface possible. After the final machining of the bodies, the guitars then enter the Plek room. The Plek room is the fret leveling and profiling operation. So guitars each have their own Plek program. It's a CNC machine that will level the frets and then give it the final profile, which is the round profile of the fret after it's been leveled. So each model has its own specific program on the Plek and its own specific fixtures. Guitars are loaded in those fixtures, then they go into pre-tensioning jigs that tension the neck to simulate string tension. They're then located in the Plek machine, and then the program is keyed in, then they run the machine, and it starts a scanning process. That scanning process scans the fret surface under each string path, and then it's a plunger affair, and every time it hits a fret, that plunger moves up and down, and it records digitally what that movement is. So after it completes that scan, it has a digital topographic map of that entire fretboard surface. Then it comes back one by one and machines each fret to its proper height and profile, which is incredible if you think about all that digital information stored. It might take 1/1000th off at the beginning of the fret, maybe 3/1000ths in the middle, maybe skip the last part, and every fret could be different. It takes it to the final height, the final profile, and lastly, it'll slot the fingerboard nut. So now that's guaranteed accurate and on center.
I am a Plek operator. I started out as a fret filer, where we used to level the frets by hand, and now we changed and went to the Plek machine, which I am highly grateful for that. Well, when we used to fret file, trying to do that by hand and doing so many guitars, your eyes may get tired, and your shoulders would definitely hurt from having to rake across the frets. But a Plek machine is more accurate because you're taking something, measuring this. And when your eyes get tired, the machine doesn't get tired like my eyes may get tired. So I definitely appreciate that. It helps in the quality. Plus the playability is probably far more better when you're talking about measuring something at the thousandths of an inch compared to me looking at it with my eyes. So.
If it says Gibson on the headstock, you know it's made entirely in the United States, it goes through the Plek process, and it's a true nitrocellulose finish.
Well, I think it feels good whenever you can be a part of something that is sustained so long, and knowing that I'm a part of and I'm building guitars. I'll give you a good example. When I went to Guitar Center, I was telling my son one time, hey, I made that guitar. So I think it feels good when you can say you are a part of something, and it's a good something. So Gibson having the name that it has, and I can go somewhere, hey, I'm the Plek operator, I Plek that guitar. I think it's always a great thing.
The first thing I want people to think about when they think about this new era of Gibson is the highest quality guitars that Gibson has ever made in the history of the company. And that is where everything starts. I want a look back to say they were onto something. They really borrowed from the history and took it forward to take the company into another dimension with what they're making, the quality of instruments they're making. And I think that if we get our fans and our artists to say that, that means success.
Yeah, amazing. Well, that Plek room, I've been there a couple of times, and it was the first time I saw 8 Plek machines in one room. Usually it's actually a bit more busy. They're more than just Ahmad. Ahmad was the operator guy in the Plek room. There's 3 or 4 people running around and doing one guitar after the other. It's relatively loud. People wear ear protectors, but yeah, it's very impressive to see that.
Yeah, those machines have been through a lot over the years. There was a big flood a couple of years ago, and I think all the machines were half underwater, and they managed to survive and still running. Yeah. And they're in good hands. Ahmad's been there from the beginning, and he's very knowledgeable of the Plek. Yeah.
Yeah, good to see him. Good to see the face to the name. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I talk to him regularly on support calls, and you know, they're good. Lucky to have him. You know, as a Plek operator for so long now. So that's the end. That's the end of our presentation.
A little roundup. Yeah. I think we hope that it gave you like an idea of the kind of the scope, if you like, the scope and the names and the people using the Plek machine and what they're using it for, and pretty interesting stuff, I think. Well, for us at least, and we hope also for you.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching us, and make sure you visit our website. Make sure you, if you want to just check in our presentation at Namm. I think you will find on the namm.org. We're just sort of exhibiting, I don't know how that is called these days, that digital event, Believe in Music Week. Thank you.
Yeah, take it easy.
Thank you.